Hello everyone, welcome to East-West Horizon. This is California. I'm Sylvia Tian. Today we're happy to have Yvonne Yu in our studio to talk about her campaign for California Controller. We would like to know her, how she grew up, and why she wants to campaign for the official role as California Controller. This is a very competitive role for this year. All 6 competitors are very strong. Let's hear her story and what she thinks about the campaign. Actually, this is one piece of our series named Voice of Us. We will interview more Chinese American elected officials or candidates. We hope to hear the voice of Chinese Americans. In America, we need to use American way to live American life. So, the first episode is Yvonne Yu. Welcome to Voice of Us, Yvonne. Thank you. Hello everyone, I'm Yvonne Yu. I'm currently the city council and former mayor of Monterey Park. I'm running for the high official, which is in the 8th position of the Constitution, that is controller. People may surprise about my decision. My background is I do have 25 years of financial investment experience. I'm the only candidate that have such an experience. Even though my political experience is only about 2 years, but some positions need more professional background. We do not see it in reality. Controllers should have professional financial background, but they're not now. They're lawyers or politicians. They think this is only a political position, but I believe it needs to be professional so that California can benefit from it. One wrong decision can cost California a lot. So I hope to explain my background here. I'm the first generation immigrant like a lot of the audience. I have faced a lot of challenge in the finance field. People may ask who you are and why you think you are qualified to run for the controller. Let me explain to you my story now. I was born in Hong Kong. My father is a doctor and my mom is a nurse. I lived a very happy life at that time. But when I was 15 years old, my dad passed away. So after 1 year, my whole family moved to the United States. My life made a sudden turn. I was a little princess and I was turned into a kid who need to apply for free school lunch and to work to pay off the debt. I worked so hard that I was admitted to UCLA MBA program. When I graduated and got into workplace, I cried a lot because my English was poor and my financial knowledge was not enough. At that time, I pretend to get off work at 5 p.m. as everybody else does and came back to the office and continue my work till very late at night. So my performance was getting better. After several years, I became the top sales and top investment consultant. I believe one will get paid by her investment of time and effort. So I kept this hard-working attitude and kept making progress. I still remember that I worked so hard when I was in Citibank. It was already 12 a.m. At that time, I found out there was a suspicious car parked next to my car, as well as one of my colleagues' car. Both of us were afraid to be robbed. After this incident, Citibank issued a new rule that no one should stay late in the office after 5 p.m. These stories showed my effort when I was in my work. So I was promoted from investment consultant to branch manager and district manager later on. The highlight of my life was when I became the district officer, district manager in Maryland. I was in charge of 5 branch banking sites and 53 investment consultants and 4 billion assets. I was only little over 30 years old, and my annual salary was over $200,000. I'm a rising star at that moment. In a few years, I could be a managing director, which had over 1 million salary each year. Unfortunately, the subprime crisis destroyed everything. I was laid off. When I was at loss, I didn't realize that an even bigger challenge was waiting for me later. I was planning to open a broker-dealer at that moment. A broker-dealer like a hospital or a bank, it needs a lot of investment. So I opened one and needed a lot of staff and team. After opening a broker-dealer, I worked so hard to promote my business. At first, I had 4 licenses, but later on, I got 8 more licenses. Not only that, I even went to Wharton School of Business in Yvonne for 3 years to get one more destination. But I still couldn't get the business that I wanted. In the first 5 years, my business, I spent all my savings and I was on the brink of bankruptcy. I was over 40 years old then. I kept losing money. At that moment, I heard a call saying that I need to endure 5 years to get my goal. I had to pass that magic 5 years of businesses to get profit. You have to endure that magic 5 years. If you could not pass 5 years, investors will not believe in you. So I told myself, it is almost there. I was so frustrated and I felt more painful than being laid off because I was losing money every day. So after that 5 years, I realized it is true that a lot of opportunities came back to me. Even those ones that I wanted the most, those who rejected me, came back to me. It felt like a fruit tree which was producing fruits at that moment. I was busy capturing those opportunities. So I finally realized the opportunities will wait for people who prepared for it. I was not ready yet in those 5 years. So I would like to encourage everyone to improve yourself. Sometimes one will be so frustrated, that means we're not ready yet. So you need to utilize those time to read books, to improve yourself, to enrich yourself. The bigger opportunity will be waiting for you. So after that 5 years, I did great in my business, so I decided to retire. At that moment, I was about 47 to 48 years old. I wanted to help my city and my community. I spent 9 months to knock on doors from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. every day. I lived here about 7 to 8 years at that moment. Utilizing this opportunity to talk to people, people were surprised by me, saying that this is March now, too early for election yet. I said, yes, I would like to use more time to know my community and know people here. So after knocking on 6,000 doors, I won the election. What is the greatest challenge you encounter when you are working as an Asian female elected official? The greatest challenge is that we have people in front of us, and we do have a state government behind us. There are things pushed by the state government. We are in between of the people and the state government. The state government is not always on behalf of the people. So we have to decide where should we stand. I remember you didn't support the room key program when the state government pushed this agenda. It was really courageous. What was the story behind it? First, the resident wanted me to support them. I would support the residents. I will separate my self-interest from the issues. The residents' voice is my voice because I represent them. I believe I will do the right thing. To be honest, I do not have any baggage to drag me down. Some politicians know everyone in the system. They help each other. First, I'm still new in the political arena. Secondly, I believe I do not need to rely on the special interest group, like this campaign. I invested 5 million to this campaign by myself. I do not need to rely on special interest group. I believe when you are in debt to others, you lost yourself. So when I'm still be myself, I would like to have the freedom to voice out for the residents. This is my reason to be in political system. Others may want to get profit from being a politician. To me, I have made enough money. So you can be a non-corrupted politician. You can really voice out the people that you represent. So you could be an uncorrupted politician. You could really voice out for people that you represent. Some people join Democratic Party because it is the supermajority in California, and they just want to win the election. I'm glad that your voice can really represent those who are hardworking, those who wish to be better, to make the community better, and to make this country better. You could represent Chinese American and those who just like Chinese American. Yes, you're right. You just said what I wanted to say. Some people have asked me questions. For example, we're all first-generation immigrants. They asked if it is fair to give illegal immigrants welfare and benefits. In my case, I'm a legal immigrant. If the illegal immigrants get all the benefit, will that be unfair to all the other citizens and legal immigrants? Let's take a closer look and think harder. If a person cannot survive in his own country, he is hardworking. He is not here to enjoy the benefit. He has an American dream. I believe it is a short-term need. Everyone may need help in one's life. After they set their feet on the ground, the whole family will be fine. They may only need a short-time support, just like what I did when I first came here. Actually, the U.S. needs workforce. For example, China's workforce is getting older to around 30 years old. But the workforce in the United States is still in their 20s. It's not because people give birth to more children. It is because the immigrants. They can contribute back to this country. So it is time to switch to the controller topic. What do you think you could do as a controller? What difference you could make if you are elected? Very good question. The controller isn't a lawmaker. He or she cannot push a law to be approved. One thing a controller could do is that to cooperate with all the lawmakers, to communicate with them. I have talked with some assembly members. If they have interest to create laws in financial field, I can help. Just now, you point out a good question. How could we make the welfare more, not for a lifelong program, but to motivate people to go back to workforce? I have one idea. That is to use technology to help the economy. My slogan is to move the money and strengthen the economy. How to move the money? Let's take a look at this example. $1, for example, stays in bank will always be $1. If this $1 is used by someone and moved 10 times in 1 year, $1 will become $10. Every time $1 is used, the government will collect tax. So after moving 10 times, it already makes more than $1 in a year. Right now, we are in pandemic. People do not want to spend money. This impacts the society a lot. The restaurant went out of business. People get laid off. How could we push them spend money and spend money faster? One could only drink 1 cup of coffee per day, not 10 cups. You may have heard of the shopping coupon in Hong Kong. it looks like the money government gives to you, but it will expire in 2 months. I would like to push this method. If you need money, then use it as soon as possible. If not, someone else will use it. Otherwise, it will be expired. The more turns the money moves among people, the restaurants and businesses will get more profit. They will hire more people. The salaries will be paid more out to people. So we make the pie bigger and everyone makes some more money out of it. So this is my idea to use technology to help people, especially the poor people. The poor people would need to spend money right away. If one forgets, that's okay, because the coupon will expire. It is still in the pool with the government. I have talked with banks. They agree that the technology and the economy could connect together. So I would like to use technology and the method to help underserved population. Secondly, all the businesses could benefit from it. Now, California is the fifth economy body in the world. Right now, the money makes the slowest move, about 4 times a year. In the 1980s, the money makes 12 turns per year. So you could imagine there's a lot of room to make the change. Okay, now see, if the money could make 6 turns each year, we could beat Germany, the fourth economy body in the world. If it makes 8 turns each year, we could beat Japan, the third economy body in the world. If everybody knows how to improve the economy, actually California could become even better. So we can think out of the box. The solution to a problem is not just issuing a check. One check is over after it's spent. One check, if it is used, that means it turned just one time. I hope it could be used and turned many times. I would like to use investment banking mindset to solve problems and used by California government. Amazing. Solving problem not by political method but by technology method or professional method. It is not a human preference, but an objective one. It sounds doable, feasible. It's not established on the political party line. It's not left or right. So what do you want to say to our audience? Thank you, Sylvia. Yes, I just want to remind the voters to come out and vote. My name is there under the controller section. It is Yvonne Yu. If it is in Chinese version, you may find 3 to 4 versions of translation. Different county has different translation. At least for you. I had an advertisement for that. So no matter how it spells, please vote for me. So thank you, Yvonne. That's all for today. Even though you are not a citizen, you still can get involved in the election by talking to your friends and neighbors and sharing your ideas, or put a yard sign in front of your house or residence. Please get involved in the election, even though you are busy. Okay, I will see you next time. Thank you, Yvonne. Thanks.
好，那我们下次节目再见，谢谢遗忘。
啊，谢谢。